This is CBS 6 News.
Some local residents suffering from a water crisis get a visit from an environmental activist. How she's trying to bring legal help to those in need. Good evening. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Kimberly Howard. A woman who gained international fame for helping cities and towns across America dealing with contaminated drinking water is now pledging to do all she can to help the residents of Hoosick Falls. Erin Brockovich spoke to Hoosick Falls residents on the campus of Bennington College in Vermont, calling on the community to come together and fight for change. CBS 6's Hubert Wiggins was there.
Days after speaking to the residents of Flint, Michigan, who are in the grip of their own water crisis, Erin Brockovich made her way to Bennington, Vermont to talk to residents of Hoosick Falls, New York about the water crisis now dominating their lives.
We'll talk about any legal recourse they have. We'll talk about governmental issues, about what they can do. We're going to talk about the banks who aren't lending money right now. We're going to talk about their health issues.
When Brockovich opened the session up for questions, people's health took center stage.
I want to ask is if anybody in this audience who has had cancer or knows someone in their family that has had cancer in the last 15 years, raise your hand. I guess this is kind of telling, isn't it?
The event was sponsored by the New York City law firm of Weitz and Luxenberg. Brockovich is a paid consultant for the firm.
I've been doing this, I hate to date myself, 22 years. But it's the underlying deception that ends up being the root cause of every one of these issues here in Hoosick Falls, New York, all the way across the United States of America. And for fear or greed, somebody conceals something, and then years later, a community finds out, oh my gosh, I've been drinking poison. Now the death of my animals, my child sick with a thyroid problem, my neighbor having a disease is starting to make sense to me.
That part of Brockovich's message struck a chord with Lori Stewart, who has lost a number of household pets.
Going over the history now that I'm looking deeper at it, 7 of them have died from cancer. 4 of them were treated for thyroid conditions.
Do you attribute those issues to the PFOA in the water?
I'm absolutely attributing it to it.
On the stage with Brockovich were lawyers from Weitz and Luxembourg who presented themselves as representatives of residents in a potential lawsuit. On Thursday, I spoke to lifelong Hoosick Falls resident George Villarini, who attended today's meeting. He is leaning towards Weitz and Luxembourg representing him.
I'm probably 75-25 right now, yes. I have all my children were raised here. They don't live here. And they all have, these little problems. So I have one daughter who cannot get pregnant. Is this the cause? I don't know. And I'm not, making any accusations. I just would like to know.
That was Hubert Wiggins reporting. All of the people we spoke with today say they were glad Brockovich is involving herself with Hoosick Falls. She encouraged people not to hesitate to send her an email if any of their questions were not addressed today. And we're continuing to follow a developing story in Schenectady where police tell us a man in his 20s has died after being shot this afternoon around 4 o'clock. The victim, 22-year-old Markel Follett, was sitting in the driver's seat of a parked car on Germania Avenue when he was shot several times. He was taken to Ellis Hospital where he died. Police tell us they do not have a suspect in custody. They're asking anyone with any information to give them a call. Over in Albany, a man is expected to be okay after being shot early this morning. Police say they were called to Dana Avenue near New Scotland Avenue for reports of shots fired just before 2:30. They tell us officers found the victim, who says a man approached him, demanded his property, and then shot him in the leg. The 23-year-old victim says the man left without taking anything. Police are still investigating and asking for the public's help. Just give Albany police a call. Also in Albany, 3 UAlbany students claim they were harassed and assaulted early this morning on a CDTA bus. The students are identified only as black women. They say a group of about a dozen white men and women used racial slurs towards them. Albany police say one of the women was taken to a hospital and treated for minor injuries. The university's president said in a statement he was, quote, concerned, saddened, and angry about the incident. Police are looking into whether this was a hate crime. CDTA says they're working to give surveillance video from the bus to police. Taking a look now outside, meteorologist Craig Adams is here now with the forecast. A pretty nice day out there, Craig.
Yeah, you know, this afternoon we got some thinning of the clouds and temperatures got up to 40 degrees. We're going to get even warmer tomorrow despite more clouds around. You can see how clouds have come back in over the course of the evening. We've got kind of a breezy southerly wind up there. It's holding the temperatures up. They really haven't changed much at all since 6 o'clock this evening. It's dropped a couple of degrees to 37 in Albany. And we've still got, you know, most of the temperatures from the Berkshires and up into southern Vermont in that same range of mid and upper 30s. A couple of more reports showing in Schenectady, 37, 36 in Saratoga Springs, up over the Adirondacks, low and mid 30s. So pretty uniform temperature pattern thanks to winds that are uniformly breezy across the area. Mostly cloudy skies will be down around 30 later tonight as the breezes come down towards the early morning period. And then tomorrow, more clouds than sun, we get into the mid-40s. If you like temperatures that are going upwards instead of downwards, we got a forecast that you'll like. Monday is looking pretty mild for this time of the year. That's also February 1st. So the crazy weather pattern continues. More on that in a few minutes.
All right, we'll take it. Thanks, Craig. We're 2 days away now from the Iowa caucuses, and a new poll is out showing Donald Trump in the lead for the GOP. Meantime, Democrats Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders neck and neck. Craig Boswell was on the campaign trail today and has the latest.
Republican presidential candidate Donald Trump is on top. In the Des Moines Register's final poll before Monday's Iowa caucuses, he has a 5-point lead over Ted Cruz and a 13-point lead over Marco Rubio.
It all doesn't matter if you don't caucus on Monday.
Cruz led this poll in early January, but he has been under constant attack from Trump and Rubio.
You know, Ted Cruz, who's been my friend and he's decided to run a very, deceitful campaign at the end on some things he's saying. People see through that.
Democrat Hillary Clinton is hanging on to a small lead. Bernie Sanders is within the poll's margin of error.
When we began this campaign, we were 3% in the national polls. Here at Iowa, it is virtually tied.
Clinton is in damage control after the State Department said it would not release 37 pages of emails from her personal server that are now classified top secret.
I want all of these emails out. I take classification very seriously.
Clinton's rally here in Ames was packed with supporters and some undecided voters. They say the email issue is something they're considering.
I think this is a very high-level national security issue.
With the polls so close, experts say the undecided voters will make a difference. Craig Boswell, CBS News, Ames, Iowa.
Adding to the final push in Iowa, the New York Times endorsed Hillary Clinton for the Democratic nomination and Ohio Governor John Kasich for the GOP. Back here at home, Saratoga Springs Mayor Joanne Yepsen gave her 2016 State of the City address today. She recounted the accomplishments of the past year for the Spa City's centennial, and she announced her vision for the year ahead. Those plans include a focus on housing initiatives, open space, and sustainable economic development.
We've been balancing economic growth and building with preservation and conservation of open space and creating a quality of life that our residents and tourists enjoy every single day.
Yepsen praised the amount of participation from the local community, saying that people stepping up has really helped make the city a better place. Also in the Spa City, the annual gun show at the city center was met with a vigil of protesters. Members of the Saratoga Peace Alliance welcomed an open dialogue between them and gun owners to find out how to make the country safer from gun violence. New East Coast Arms Collectors Associates are the host for the Arms Fair, which has been around for 32 years. Vigil organizers say they wanted to remember the more than 33,000 people killed each year due to gun violence. They also want to spark a conversation.
We know that at least we can start talking to each other and we can hear each other's concerns. And is there a way that we can find that common ground?
The gun show is open tomorrow for its last day. That's from 9 a.m. until 3 p.m. Check this out. A 36-hour hackathon is underway in Troy. More than $1,000 in prizes are being offered to hackers at the Tech Valley Center of Gravity. The event changes what people typically think of when they hear the word hacking. The goal is to make a certain piece of technology do something it wasn't intended to do in order to solve a problem.
We have some of the latest technologists and developers from around the city and from the region trying to develop new applications.
The hackers will be competing nonstop throughout the night until 1:30 p.m. tomorrow when their hacks will be judged. A chili cook-off was held in Schenectady today to raise money for the Juvenile Diabetes Research Foundation of Northeastern New York. The local Ancient Order of Hibernians hosted the event, inviting chefs of all abilities to compete for cash prizes. Awards were given to the best overall chili and most unique chili. While this year was the first time the event was held, organizers hope it can become an annual tradition. All right, don't go anywhere. When we come back, meteorologist Craig Adams will have your CBS 6 Instant Doppler forecast.
In New York State, we believe tomorrow starts today. All across the state, the economy is growing with creative new business incentives and the lowest taxes in decades, attracting the talent and companies of tomorrow. Like in the Hudson Valley with world-class biotech, and on Long Island, where great universities are creating next-generation technologies. Let us help grow your companies tomorrow, today, at business.ny.gov.
You've upgraded all your old technology, so what about this? It's time to get into the new with Ford. New is EcoBoost technology. New is a foot-activated liftgate. New is tougher, stronger, and lighter. New is Ford, America's best-selling brand. Get into a new Ford Fusion with 0% financing for 60 months plus $2,000 trade assist cash, or lease for just $139 a month at your upstate Ford dealers.
Saints fans, the 2016 MAC Men's and Women's Basketball Championship returns to the Times Union Center March 3rd through the 7th. Flex tickets are on sale now. For ticket information or to purchase tickets, visit the Times Union Center box office or Ticketmaster.com. Secure your seat today to cheer on the Saints to a MAC championship. 11 teams, one mission. Be there.
If you've been prescribed Xarelto or Pradaxa, you may be at risk for uncontrolled bleeding, severe injury, and even death. Lawsuits are being filed right now. If you are currently taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call attorneys Martin, Harding, and Mazzotti.
Call 1-800-LAW-1010. There's no charge to find out about your case.
Find out about Xarelto and Pradaxa lawsuits.
Don't be left out of the settlement process.
Call 1-800-LAW-1010. Martin, Harding, and Mazzotti.
The Volkswagen Jetta is now more fun to drive than ever. Allow us to illustrate. Little help here? It comes standard with an all-new, lean, mean, turbocharged engine with even more horsepower to really get your heart racing. Yeah! And this Jetta is amazingly fuel efficient, so the fun doesn't have to stop. Hey, can you give me a little,
Thanks, bud. Hurry in and lease this 2016 Jetta S for just $139 a month. Visit VWDealer.com today.
Welcome back. You know the saying, if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. Well, for one man, that might be the case. Jamie Yukas has a story on how his hobby turned into a multi-million-dollar business.
Piece by piece, day and night, this colorful mountain is molded into a masterpiece. It is man-made using icicles, nearly 250,000 of them.
I've got to be one of the luckiest guys in the world, really.
It began as a hobby for Brent Christensen 7 years ago.
The kids and I would go out and build igloos and ice rinks, and I just was fortunate enough to stumble upon the idea of using icicles and spraying water as a way to build these structures.
From his backyard to now a $2 million business. This year, 4 crews are creating ice parks in Canada, Utah, Minnesota, and New Hampshire. Warm weather forced a late start in New Hampshire. His team of 20 artisans worked 14-hour days for 3 weeks, spraying 5 million gallons of water in temperatures as low as 2 degrees. It opened last weekend and offers chills and thrills for all ages.
We've got slides, we've got mazes made out of ice, and slot canyons and little crawl tubes.
This park is open day and night with the help of thousands of embedded LED lights.
They go from a white to a blue to a green, and then we even have them synchronized to music.
Work continues on the sculptures throughout the season. Some will grow to as high as 40 feet.
to actually share it with other people and also make a living from it is, I can't think of anybody I'd want to trade places with. It's really amazing.
He's the king of ice castles, even if his reign only lasts as long as nature allows. Jamie Yukas, CBS News.
How cool is that?
Well, I'll tell you, some people can really get creative with snow and ice if you've got the mindset to do it.
And if you have it, because we sure don't have any in Albany right now.
No, we certainly don't. Nothing like that at all. You can't even build a snowman at this stage of the game because there's so little snow around, and there's not much in the forecast as we look ahead either. We did have some nice views today. Look at this one from Wyndham High Peak. That's down in the Catskills in Greene County. That was sent to my Craig Adams CBS 6 Facebook page by Corinne Biolzi. And of course, you can send your great-looking weather photos to my Craig Adams CBS 6 Facebook page, and we're happy to share them during our broadcast. Well, we've had a breezy southerly wind this evening. It's keeping the temperatures from falling. 15 at the present hour, got some gusts up to around 25. And that breeze will probably stay up for the next several hours before settling down very late tonight. It'll be a tranquil Sunday, albeit with more clouds than sun. Milder temperatures, too. We got up to 40 today. We should add on about 5 or 6 tomorrow. And we may even see some 50-degree readings here as we head into Monday, which again is February 1st. Now, looking ahead to our next significant storm, it's going to come on Wednesday, but it won't be snow. It's going to be a rainstorm for us, as everything is going to be too mild to generate anything, it looks like at this point, other than just plain old rain. We have high pressure to our south, but the southerly wind flow now kicking in, not only allowing for temperatures to stay up tonight, but also providing for cloud cover as this warm front is approaching from the west. So we've got just enough mid and high level moisture to generate mostly cloudy skies for the overnight period, and those clouds will kind of linger around the area tomorrow. Precipitation has been to our north this evening in the form of some light snow showers. Locally, as we said, nothing happening, and nothing really did occur today except over the Adirondacks. There were a few snow showers there. Here's your lows tonight. Upper 20s across the North Country, right around 30 degrees or slightly above here across the Capital Region, southward into the Hudson Valley, right around 30 across the Berkshires as well. Tomorrow, mid and in some places upper 40s for highs. Albany 46, about 47 in Great Barrington. Kingston gets up to 48. And we shouldn't be all that much cooler as you head northward. Glens Falls at 42. Indian Lake gets up to 40 tomorrow afternoon. Overnight, mostly cloudy skies will be the general trend for us as we head into tomorrow. Here we are at the 6 o'clock hour, or 9 o'clock hour, I should say, and it's mostly cloudy. And as we progress into the afternoon, considerable cloudiness out and about the area, a little bit of limited sun. Tomorrow night looks to be mostly cloudy. Monday, we're going to have a weak disturbance approach. There will be some showers developing, but I think they're going to be pretty light as they work their way through. And then as they go through, we'll have some leftover clouds into Monday night. They'll clear out on Tuesday, and we'll end up with a fairly sunny day before that next weather system of any significance comes in on Wednesday. And as we said, looks to be rain at this point as there's not enough cold air around to generate a snowstorm for us. So there you can see the forecast with the temperatures warming up to perhaps as high as 50 on Monday, slightly cooler on Tuesday. Wednesday, we could theoretically be 50 degrees or higher if the southerly breeze kicks in enough to offset the rain that'll be falling. So we head into February with no signs of any big winter storms just yet for us.
No ice castles in Albany.
5.5 inches of snow is all we've had so far in Albany this whole winter.
That is incredible. But what we do have is some sports with Jason Lewis. We have some hoops going on tonight.
That's right. It was definitely a busy day on the hardwood. The Red Hot Saints looking to carry momentum from their Western New York trip back to the Times Union Center. Could Siena pick up its 6th win in its last 7 games? Plus, the Great Danes on the road tonight in Hartford. UAlbany trying to gain some ground on first place Stony Brook. We'll have the highlights and much more next in sports.
I got the scouting report on the Hyundai crossover lineup, and I got to tell you, son, I'm fired up. You got the 3-row, 7-passenger Santa Fe Sport, and the all-new Tucson, which had a heck of an off-season in the weight room.
Yep, and all backed by America's best warranty.
That's what I'm talking about.
We're also #1 in customer loyalty.
Oh, okay. Cup it.
The all-new 2016 Tucson, now just $199 a month.
Just more friendly than angry.
This offer ends February 1st.
You like being picture perfect. You should want your banking to be too. Stop into TD Bank and we'll help set you up with picture perfect banking. New customers open a checking and savings account and you can get a Polaroid Cube Plus video camera on the spot.
Real joy is meant to be shared. Upgrade today and feel the joy. Take advantage of great leases, great financing, and when you purchase any vehicle from the Carbone Auto Group, you're automatically enrolled in the exclusive Carbone Rewards program. And to learn more about the rewards program, go to carbonecars.com today. That's the Carbone Auto Group, delivering joy since 1929.
Here in the city, parking is hard to find. Seems like everyone drives. And those who do should switch to Geico because you could save hundreds on car insurance. Oh, perfect. Valet parking. Hello.
Evening, sir.
Here's the keys. And go easy on the right, mate. Wouldn't mind some of that beef Wellington.
To see how much you could save on car insurance, go to geico.com.
It's okay.
It's easy to command respect at every turn when you're engineered to literally drive circles around the competition. A higher form of intelligence has arrived. Experience the all-new Audi Q7 at your local dealer.
A new reality for the newly insured.
What they're realizing is they just can't afford the monthly premium.
A look at the high price of healthcare on the next Full Measure with Cheryl Atkinson.
Sunday morning at 11 on CBS 6. Upstate Sports Edge with Jason Lewis.
At the midway point of America East play, UAlbany sits at second in the conference standings. The Great Danes are 2 games back of Stony Brook and hit the road for 4 of their next 5 games. Tonight, opening that stretch at Hartford, Ray Sanders fighting through an ankle injury, but it doesn't slow him down. Here with the pass from Scotia grad Joe Cremo and buries a deep 3. The senior guard drops 14 points on the night, and the Great Danes lead 38-28 at the half. Coming off the 6-point performance on Wednesday, Peter Hooley bounces back in a big way. He finishes with a game-high 27 points, adding 13 boards for the double-double. The Great Danes pick up their 6th win in 7 games, 86-60. Siena returns home tonight from its Western New York sweep since 2008. The Saints trying to carry that momentum back and keep their perfect home record alive. Tonight, many consider a trap game, Siena hosting last-place Marist, with top-ranked Monmouth coming into town on Monday. But the Saints not buying it. They come out of the gate hot. Brett Bisping drains the 3 in transition. Siena opens on an 8-2 run. They go up by 17. Then in the final seconds of the half, Nico Claret delivers on the monster jam. Swaggy Neek with 13 on the night, his 8th straight game with 13+. The Saints continue where they left off after the break. Evan Fisher hammers it home. The bench loving it here. Fisher with a career-high 9 points and Siena up 20. Less than 4 to play. Levon Long gets it to Bisping. He led the way with 27 points, 1 shy of his career high, and tied his career high in rebounds with 18. The Saints win 77-66, improving to a perfect 9-0 at home on the year.
Could have been a trap game, and I think our coaches did a good job of letting us know that, and we came out ready to go from the jump. I keep saying it over and over again, but I mean, we just love playing here, and we're going to play hard every time.
Siena's opponent Monday, Monmouth. The Hawks soared past St. Peter's 73-57. McKeel Christian grad Colin Stewart had 17 points on the night. Also in action, St. Rose hosting Stonehill. The men bounced back from their loss at Bentley. Tyler Sayer a game-high 24 points. And Stacey Barrett puts up a double-double, but it's not enough for the women as they fall 65-47. After opening conference play at 7-0 for the first time in 14 years, the Siena women have struggled as of late. The Saints have now dropped 3 of their last 4 games, and the past 2 by a combined 71 points. This afternoon, they look to bounce back against St. Peter's, which is also a team they've beaten in their last 11 meetings. And today, on the road, not the best of starts. St. Peter's jumped out to a 15-4 lead in the first, but in the second quarter, the Saints marched back. Simone Kelly kicks it out to Colin Scarborough for 3. Siena takes its first lead of the day. Next possession, off the inbounds, Jackie Bedintez steps back for another long ball. She had 14 points, Siena up by 6. And they don't look back from there. Denisha Petty-Evans, a career and game-high 19 points, as Siena wins 64-55. As for the UAlbany women, they get set to meet Hartford on Sunday afternoon. The Great Danes looking to stay perfect as they close out the first half of conference play. UAlbany hits the road where it'll be Hartford at 2 p.m. There's no question Sharisa Richards and Amani Tate have been huge for the Great Danes, but they say the key has been the other players that have stepped into their roles.
Everyone's going to key in on Reese and Amani. You know, they've been dropping a lot of points for the past couple seasons. So with that happening, just everyone has to step up, and everyone has their role. And if everyone just does their part, then it makes, you know, Amani and Reese's job easier, and it just makes the game go better for us and smoother.
It was all about pink this afternoon at Mesa Rink. The Dutch women rocking pink for a good cause. We'll tell you what for and more after the break.
All new Dr. Phil, inside the OJ series.
It's not 100% factual.
And exclusive with the families.
Have you had any contact with OJ?
Oh, yeah.
Have you forgiven him?
And the people who were there.
There are revelations.
I will see things.
It's shocking.
Monday at 3 on CBS 6. The surprising link researchers are finding between autistic children and 2 traits of their pregnant mothers. Autism risk before birth. Monday at 5 on CBS 6 News.
Your tips to the CBS 6 Perp Patrol are making a difference. And this week, Glenville police are hoping you can ID these 2 wanted for larceny and attempting to use stolen credit cards. And Colony police have a warrant out for this woman for a probation violation and possession of stolen property. For a complete rundown, catch the Perp Patrol Monday at 5:30.
You've heard of unsung heroes? Nescobar are the unseen heroes. Our 20,000 state correction and law enforcement members working in dangerous conditions to provide a peaceful night's sleep.
People are surprised at how easy and affordable it is to get insurance through the New York State of Health. We help them to find the best insurance plans that suits their needs. Working with so many consumers, you begin to develop kind of kinship or a friendship, a bond, and you see them on a consistent basis. So it becomes almost like a big family. It's fulfilling, and it gives me, you know, hope that there is a better future.
Enrollment ends January 31st.
Hurt in a car wreck? Want maximum benefits? Call us.
Maximum horsepower means maximum benefits. Often we give people money the insurance company doesn't tell them about.
Many times people should be getting more than just car repairs, medical bills, and lost wages. People should get their maximum benefits. That's why they call us. We're Martin Harding and Mazzotti. If you get hurt in a car wreck, pick a law firm that has maximum horsepower.
That's maximum horsepower.
Right, we're the heavy hitters.
The heavy hitters, do it again. Call 1-800-LAW-1010.
Huge is off and running this 2016 here at Fusillo Kia of Schenectady with huge savings on a huge selection of new Kias like the 2016 Kia Sportage. Right now, 0 down, $245 a month. 2016 Kia Sportage all-wheel drive, 0 down, $245 a month. Just an example of what you can find online at FusilloKiaSchenectady.com or 7 days a week right here on State Street, where every one of them is always huge.
Next week, Michael Ealy, Tom Arnold, Courtney Cox, and Lisa Kudrow are running out of time.
Oh, that guy who with the hair.
You didn't have time for Donald Trump, and neither do I.
Craig Ferguson hosts all-new Celebrity Name Game.
Next week at 7:30 on CBS 6. The Capital Region's only live Monday through Friday local TV sports show, Upstate Sports Edge. Weeknights at 10:30, following CBS 6 News at 10 on the CW15.
Union hosting its 9th annual Pink in the Rink Saturday afternoon at Mesa Rink, and the Dutch women dedicating their 2016 game to Kristen's cause. Kristen Scheinbarger is recovering from Ewing sarcoma and was unfortunately unable to attend the game, but another member of the Union family affected by cancer, Sarah Trindad, dropped the ceremonial first puck. Tickets were free with a donation at the door as fans and the Dutch women were decked out in pink. Union hosting 10th-ranked Colgate and looking to pick up its first win of the season. Scoreless in the first period. Courtney Turner gets a good look, but Ashlyn Rando shuts her down, and Colgate defense gets it out of the zone. The Raiders getting tons of pressure on early, but Melissa Black lights out in net, 39 saves, but Colgate sneaks one midway through the second period to win 1-0. 16 miles down Route 7, Katie Rooney scored 2 goals, but her second, the big one, an overtime game winner. RPI beats Cornell 2-1. The Engineer men get shut out by number 11 Yale 3-0, and Union ties Brown 2-2, closing out an unbeaten weekend. The Adirondack Thunder, second in the East Division standings tonight, looking for a sweep over the Royals and head into the All-Star break on a high note. Scoreless in the first period. Robbie Sarza gets open, looks to the net, an easy goal, 1-0. The Thunder fight back but fall short, 3-2. Albany closing the first half of its season tonight as well on the road at Bridgeport. The Devils fall 4-1. Ken Appleby has 17 saves in his AHL debut. And although they both didn't win, at least they have some time now to rest for a few days with the break. So hopefully they'll be able to come out of the break healthy and ready to go.
Sure. A little bit of a tough night. I love to see those women in pink, though. That is awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, they were selling the jerseys, and all the proceeds from anything that was there that they purchased at the gates and at the doors were all donated to Kristen's cause. So definitely
very, very cool. Kind of cool outside, but not as cool as we were seeing maybe a year ago at this time.
That's right. I mean, it certainly can be a lot colder than it's been. And look at the temperatures, what they're doing the next few days. They're going to be perhaps touching 50 a couple of occasions there.
It's almost like spring. I like that. Very nice. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow morning.